These Election 2021 candidate interviews are sponsored by Edmonds College, Office Tech, and James Russell PLLC, Certified Public Accountants and Business Advisors. Welcome to the latest interviews for City Council and mayoral candidates for the City of Lynnwood. I'm Teresa Whipple, the publisher of Lynnwood Today, and I'm here interviewing Jim Rutherford, who is running for position 3 on the Lynnwood City Council. Jim, it's great to have you here. And just so people who are watching this, we are only doing an audio interview with you. We had some technical challenges, but we've got your photo there so people will know what you look like. And I'd like to start by asking, what experiences would you bring to the council and how are they relevant to being an effective council member?
Well, I've been president of a housing authority, and my education as a business person brings a lot of insight to the council. And back in probably 1976, when my wife ran for city council, I worked diligently with her in many aspects of getting the city to where it is today.
Okay, that's great. I think I remember that. And when you ran a few years ago, you talked about how you had supported your wife when she was on the council, right?
Yes, for 20 years.
Right, that's right. All right, the second question is, Lynnwood has been cited as a model for regional growth. How does Lynnwood grow while still retaining the character of its existing neighborhoods?
Would you go through that again?
Bet. Lynnwood has been cited as a model for regional growth. How does Lynnwood grow while still retaining the character of its existing neighborhoods?
I wouldn't have much of an insight with that. You have to look at the family aspect of the city of Lynnwood. And that's what we were many years ago as a family community, and we have to maintain that. So I think that's where we have to concentrate our efforts at.
Maintaining the existing neighborhoods, you say?
I believe so.
Okay, very good. What ideas do you have for addressing the city's homelessness issue?
I have a kind of a project in mind. If you look into what's happening around, they're coming up with these small little huts or houses for people that are homeless to get their foot in the door again. You might want to say, without paying any rent or anything, they would live there as a contract for about a year. And when they get, the year is up, they have to show whether they've improved and to get back out in society. And I think the hut or the little small house thing that we could take and help them a lot.
Okay. My next question is, how would you help Lynnwood businesses who have been impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic?
How would I help? You know, I hadn't considered that. I would think that in order to help them, one would have to give them some funds to reopen. maybe possibly reduce their taxes a bit until they do get on their feet again. Something in that neighborhood. I couldn't say completely where I would go with it. It would take a lot of thought. Of course, I know that businesses do need help to get back. I know one or two places that would sure like to have the help. And I think maybe help them with state funding. That would be one big thing.
Okay. Next question is, do you have ideas for better engaging residents who have not traditionally been involved in city government?
I'm sorry, will you go through that?
Yeah. Do you have ideas for better engaging residents who have not traditionally been involved in city government?
Well, I have no idea on that. I couldn't answer that question. I just, that would take more thought, a lot of thought.
On to the next. Name the top challenge you see for Lynnwood in the next 5 years and how you would address it.
Well, I think population growth would be a tremendous challenge. As always, traffic. I think there's, to start with traffic, would be looking at road improvements, say 44th in Lynnwood needs improving for the light rail coming in 24. They need to do some widening of that street. I think the population growth to make sure there's proper housing for people that new people coming in. Immigration that's to be coming in. There needs to be a strong look into the housing and how we can help them come in. And I don't have an idea how, but it would take a lot of study to do it, to looking into it. So there'll be a lot of time constraints to it. So that's about all I can say about it.
Okay, thank you. The next question I have is this. As a council member, how would you address concerns from marginalized populations who might not feel safe living in Lynnwood? And let me know if you want me to define what I mean by marginalized populations, because sometimes people, other candidates wanted me to better describe that. So I'm happy to define the question if you'd like me to.
Now, would you mind?
Not at all. So generally what this question refers to is people who living in Lynnwood who would be people of color or people who are not necessarily always engaged in, kind of traditional city government, who might be feeling like they're maybe not safe just walking on the street because they're a person of color, or they might have had a bad experience with the police, or worry about their safety around public safety officials, that kind of thing. So that's what I'm looking for, is how would you address the concerns of people living in Lynnwood who feel that way?
First off, I got to say, I don't have a problem with that with people of color of any sort. I grew up with the aspect of My blood is red, so is yours. So I wouldn't have I don't have a problem with people of color or of any race, but I would think a stronger police force would help. We need to not have a abuse in the police force, to welcome the people, to make them feel comfortable. And I don't really know how to do that, because there are a lot of people that are of color, of any race, that feel uncomfortable just because of how the world is going today. So how you do it, I have no idea, but it'd be, to me, it would be really great to take and get into that and find out how we can fix it.
Okay. Thank you. This is our last question, and it is, pretend you are talking to a business owner who is considering relocating their business to Lynnwood. Give us your 30-second sales pitch for why the city is good for business.
Wow. So you want to move into Lynnwood?
Yeah, if I were a business owner and I was considering relocating my business to Lynnwood, what's your 30-second sales pitch for why Lynnwood's a good place to bring my business to?
Well, to let you know that Lynnwood is centralized. You have people that are coming in, Lynnwood from Everett, from out here to see, from Seattle. We have Bellevue people coming up this way. We're a centralized area where all the roads lead to us, and your business would change in a lot of ways, be more profitable because of that. And there's a tremendous amount of help that we can give you through our government, our city government, and our police force is great. And so, and it's police and fire, our stuff is very good for you. So come on in and enjoy our stuff. We're good for you.
Okay, thank you. The last thing we want to do is to give you a chance to tell voters why they should vote for you. So this is your chance to give us your sales pitch for you.
Well, I'm running not on my wife's aspect of what she did, but I'm running because of her. She was great for the city, and that's what I want to be. I want to be great for the city. I'm out to look into how we can help the seniors, the homeless, excess taxes, excessive spending. I want to know where the money goes, and I want to know how we can give the people a great place to live. Get back to family living again. There you go.
All right. Well, that's great. Thank you for taking the time for out of your busy day to speak with us.